Hi, we're Mel and Missy, respectfully a clinical mental health therapist and fear fighter life coach. But it goes beyond that. We are representatives of you.
Trashed It is a brand that helps women focus on their next level of freedom by getting rid of the emotional garbage in their lives, whether it's toxic relationships, thought patterns, stigmas, etc.
We represent mothers and single mothers, daughters, wives, and divorcees, business professionals, entrepreneurs, and even Christians and ministers of the gospel.
We're trashing it all.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Trashed It. It's your girl Mel.
Hey, and I am Missy.
And we are so glad to be here for yet another episode.
Yay!
Yes. So like, let's just kind of clear the air really quickly. We know we've been slightly off. We've been slightly inconsistent. But we're human, right? We're human. And as humans, and in the face of transparency during this Women's History Month, y'all, it's hard being a woman.
It is. It's very hard.
It's hard wearing all the hats we wear. And so we have been kind of revamping, right? Missy, we've been kind of revamping and kind of figuring out how to do all the things that we both have going on, because we have a lot of things going on individually as well as what we do collectively with you guys for Trashed It. So kind of bear with us.
Please.
Bear with us.
Give us some grace.
Yeah, give us some grace. As we say, what is it? Charge it to my head, not my heart. Yeah, don't charge it to our hearts, because it's going to be better. And as soon as we figure out a new flow with all the new great things that are going on, it will be back to consistency. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, so that we are actually addressing it. Missy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
I must say, you are wearing the blue and popping the blue. I love the nails. Yes. Come through. I love it.
Yeah. So, doing good.
Good.
My child,
I was getting ready to ask, how's the School Bus Chronicles going?
Not well. I'm about to give up, but it's almost the end of the year, so we'll see.
You can practice during the off season, right?
Right. That's what we should do.
That's what you need to do.
We should practice
during the off season.
during the summer, during the breaks. Yeah. And this time change. Oh my God. The time change. It's like, why is it so dark in the mornings? And then why is it so light? Why is it still daylight at 8:30 at night? Like, why?
I know.
Completely throwing me off. Anyway, do we have anything for, I don't really have an opinion, I'm just saying.
Oh gosh. You know what? No, I'll save it for our content. I'll save it. Okay. But it's a good. I don't have an opinion. But it's good. Yeah. So nothing negative on this particular part. What about you? Anything? I do. Hold up. Okay. Rewind. Girl gas being $29.52.
I can't with you, but you were absolutely right.
Auntie, with the T.
Yes.
I said I'm either going to walk to work or ride my bicycle. One of the two.
Girl, I know. I'm just like, you know what? I'm so thankful that I don't have to fight traffic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, girl.
If I choose not to.
Yes.
I can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, little funny. So I was at the gas station, maybe last week, filling up, and I had in mind the amount of money
in your mind
intended to spend, right? So I left the gas pumping
Okay.
and started just kind of cleaning out my car, right? And mind you, I don't have to fill my car up every week
Uh-huh.
anymore, because for the most part I'm very, very local. My
Hmm.
driving is very local. I'm not driving hours anywhere.
Yeah.
So I have this particular
This
amount.
amount.
Right, right. And so, oh my God, Missy, tell me, why did I look up and the freaking pump said $71? I was literally about to cuss, like, for real. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, why? Like $71 was not in the budget of what I had in mind that I would be spending. Cause I'm like, I don't have an SUV. That's an SUV price to me. And
She said that's an SUV price.
I buy regular unleaded gas. It's not even
No.
premium gas. So I was just like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
I
What
know.
if what if I had to go, like, I had to commute to work every day and back, the way I used to, right? I So even in thinking about gas prices,
Mm-hmm.
my I'm thankful on the one hand, and then my heart really goes out to those who don't have a choice, right?
Exactly.
I just happen to have that choice
Yeah.
because I work for myself and because I have the space, in our home, to
Mhm.
have a separate office, that's away from everyone else. So it's a choice, and I am absolutely aware it's not a choice for everyone.
Mm-mm.
So yeah,
It's a lot.
but girl,
It's
that's $71. Ooh wee.
and so between that, food, household bills,
Yes,
like how, and so now how can the average household
right,
live in
right,
that part?
right.
I mean, so you really talking shelter, food, clothing, and
Basic necessities, right?
honey, forget basics, the bare necessities.
Right. So, even if we're looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs,
Mm-hmm.
this is the baseline,
Yeah.
bottom level, just trying to make it.
Mine's generic. Forget baseline. Honey, mine is fake off the corner, $25.
Yeah,
It's just ridiculous.
it is. It is. And we're still in a pandemic,
Mhm.
um so there's still housing crisis and people still not being able to get to work, and money is tight, and so all the things. And then even when we look at pandemic stimulus money or whatever, there's that issue and challenge with, okay, now it seems as if, like, okay, let's reel this back. Like, we gave people these stimulus checks. So now let's figure out how to recoup what we've given them
Exactly.
without remembering we're still the same people. We're
Mhm.
still in the same situation. Like, it didn't change.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All things life. But
All
we don't
things.
have an opinion. We're just saying.
We're just saying, like,
Just keep
that
showing the nails,
gas.
girl. I love them.
Oh, it's been a minute.
I love them. Come through. Yes.
So anyway, what are we trashing today?
Oh, we are trashing the fact and the stigma that women should not be in leadership. Cannot be in cannot and should not be in leadership.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
But
yes,
we are seeing on day 2.5. Oh, can I
yes.
tell you just the mere fact, man, of her name
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh,
the,
right.
and the mere fact of her hairstyle.
Right. Right.
That part for me, like, and don't get me wrong, it has been absolutely amazing to see her.
Mm-hmm.
But those two things I just mentioned, man, it is something where you have women, especially women of color, that are in leadership that have names. And I'm just being truthful.
Mm-hmm.
Truthful, like in Georgia, of course, we
Mm-hmm.
know she's no longer mayor. When she became mayor, I remember hearing one of the comedians say, I think it might have been Jamie Foxx. He was
Uh-huh.
like, "You all have a mayor named Keisha."
I know, right?
Like,
Right.
that does something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Keisha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not Mary, it's not Sarah,
It's
it's
not
not
Lisa.
Tanya,
Right.
it's
Right.
Keisha.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we have this new officer, and because you are Miss Political, give us the rundown on the new Senate nomination.
Oh man, so the new Senate nomination. And I'm gonna butcher her last name. Out of respect, I don't want to butcher her last name, but it's Ketanji?
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Jackson. Mm, Sister Girl is nomination for Supreme Court Justice.
Right.
We are on day what, 2 now?
I
Day
believe
3
so.
is coming up, which is
Yeah.
tomorrow, of course. And so seeing her sit there with grace and
Mm-hmm.
poise
Right.
when she is being yelled at, ridiculed, bullied,
Mm-hmm.
made to feel less than, and she sits there just.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think about the fact that there are so many people that have no idea even why this is so monumental to
Absolutely.
us, right? Um, and they may not even really understand the stigma that we're talking about, or this topic that we are choosing to trash,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not everyone's reality, right?
Exactly. But it's
Um,
yours.
it is absolutely. I think it's twofold, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a woman of color
Mm-hmm.
challenge,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think it is in many ways
A woman.
a woman, like a gender.
Let's just keep it real, and it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, like it is gender specific. It's not color specific, but
No.
it is very gender specific.
Let me ask you this. So we know yesterday,
Hmm.
Senator Lindsey Graham, and how he treated her, just how he spoke at her, talked to her. And so, as a woman and as a woman of color, I said,
Hmm.
Now, prior to this, she had his vote. I said, but he is coming at her just almost as in an attack mode, like a bully. And then it hit me. I said, it has to do with everything with her being a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is something about women, when you are educated, when you are in a position of leadership,
Hmm.
that some men, let's just be honest, they
Yeah.
just can't deal with it.
Hmm. Yep.
And my heart ached yesterday when I saw that.
Hmm.
And I'm like, if you don't shut up and just stop.
Yeah. Yep. It was
It was too much.
yeah. Yeah. But think about, all the other, women that we see in leadership. I even think back to one of our previous interviews with Pastor Candy, right?
Yeah.
And talking about women in leadership, even in the church world.
Oh, yeah.
And just the different struggles, that are present, some spoken, some not spoken.
And yours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's our hair. There's our big earrings.
Or
There's
nose rings, or
me, there's
yeah, or
there's
our tattoos. So
the extra piercings, or
yeah,
the way we present when we show up in these spaces.
purple lipstick or
Right.
lipstick, period. Blue
Yeah.
nail polish.
hmm and how so often we are categorized and we are placed in this box simply based on how we look, or
Absolutely.
how we sound,
Mhm.
or the fact that just by gender
Yeah.
we are women, and we are often looked upon as weaker, as women should not be in positions to
Absolutely.
make tough
Tough
decisions.
decisions. We can make decisions. Who's going to get lunch today? I'll buy, but we can't do anything more than
Right,
that.
right. We can make household decisions,
Yeah, exactly. Who's
right?
going to the store?
Right, but decisions that affect our state, our cities, our nation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
our
Our well-being.
corporations. Look, our corporations, our
Yes.
churches,
Yes.
all of these things,
Mhm.
we are usually not seen as the right fit.
Mm.
We can get so far. I even think back to when we were talking about Insecure, and
Yes.
this one particular scene comes to mind in which Molly realizes that even though she's just as qualified and um, is working just as hard,
Mhm.
that her check is significantly less than her male counterparts,
Counterpart. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and just how devastating
Mhm.
it is when we think about that, and how sad it is when we think about how far we've come,
Mhm.
yet how much further we have to
We
go.
still have to go. And it just makes you wonder, like,
hmm
when is it going to catch up for us, and when are they going to catch up to us?
Right, right.
You talk about, as prime example, another incident, of course, and I think we just talked about this among ourselves, excuse me, the women's basketball coach, Texas
Yeah.
A&M.
hmm
So you mean to tell me that a woman cannot, she can't not be fashionable, she can't be a fashionable coach?
Right,
The girl was rocking the outfits, because
right.
you know what, if I was her size, oh, I would be doing it too.
Oh, absolutely. Now, when we see a man step out
Oh,
and he's dressed, we just say he
yeah.
has drip. He has drip. He has swag. Oh,
Mhm.
look at the way. Look at the
Yeah,
way.
his top
But
game is on. He's lined up.
yeah, but when we step out looking the same way,
Mhm.
we're doing too much.
Exactly. Because I think a lot of times they still see when a woman is a coach, especially a basketball coach, she's supposed to be suited up.
hmm hmm
So, yeah, that part.
Yeah, yeah. I was reading an article that was talking about some of the barriers that still exist, right? When we think about women in leadership, and why it's such this stigma, this
Yeah.
some thing. And the article talked about our challenges with work life balance,
Yeah.
and being the providers, or the nurturers
Hmm.
rather, in our families, and things such as that. But I tend to believe that as women, because we naturally wear so many hats,
Hmm.
I think we've learned how to multitask.
Yeah, we have.
I think we know how to go from the boardroom
Mm-hmm.
to a play date
Mm-hmm.
to the parent teacher conference,
Mm-hmm.
back to work, back to, hey, let's make this $2.5 million decision.
Mm-hmm. And then leave there and go have cocktails with your girlfriends after work
Right, right.
in
But
the
I think
same
people don't like to
outfit.
give us, but like people don't, I don't think people like to give us credit for that.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
They
think we are
don't.
multifaceted enough to show up in any space we are required to be in. And I
Absolutely.
think, and I believe as women, we know how to show up with the hat, the intelligence, and the poise we need to, wherever, at whatever table we sit at.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Prime example. So I was at the Indiana State Founders luncheon a couple of
Hmm.
weeks ago with one of the local chapter of sororities here at the Deltas.
Uh huh.
And they had their guest keynote speaker was the young lady that was the New York Jets football coach.
Hmm.
Oh, she came with it and she came with it hard.
Hmm.
And she talked about that being in a woman in a heavy, heavy male dominated field
Right.
and
Right.
how tough it was for her. But guess what? She earned their respect
Right.
because she
Right.
made them give her
Right.
respect.
Right. And so so we're talking about, for those that may not know, we're talking about Collette Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're absolutely right. She's another one of those who is really breaking down those glass ceilings,
Mm-hmm.
especially in male dominated spaces.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Do
know.
you think I'm not going to ask that question. I'm going to ask you this. Maybe a question and or a statement, but the statement would be, of course, you know what? Last year was the Great Resignation, right? All things when women
Yes,
became all things. We were the nurses, the teachers, the daycare workers, the
girl,
school
everything.
cafeteria lady, everything in our
Girl,
own brick and mortar
yes.
while working at home
While still doing the
and
dang
still
on
doing all
thing.
of that.
Hmm.
And would you have thought now that we're going back to some type of opening? I don't want to say normal because I don't want to go back to that,
Right.
that it would have gotten better.
Gotten better in what sense?
And that's the thing. I don't want to say that it became better in all because it was not bad for all, but it could have improved for all, if that
Mm,
makes sense.
right.
Maybe in the sense of people just recognizing that, you know what, women can balance working from home and family, work, all things family, all things work from home, um,
Hmm.
and can still do it. Because now I'm starting to see articles where, hey, do we let them stay at home or do we let them come back?
Yeah.
And so now what's going on, if you let them come back, so what's going to happen at home? Everything is, I don't want to
Yeah.
say it's going to fall apart,
Hmm.
but it could very well fall apart.
Hmm. You know what? I honestly would love to see the research. I'm sure will eventually come out, because I
Mm-hmm.
know I can't be the only person in this emotional wellness space, and just
Mm-hmm.
even in research or in academia,
Mm-hmm.
that's wondering. I wonder what the research will show. I wonder what the statistics will show when it comes to corporate America, right? When it comes to um, even small businesses or what have you, when we look at how many days did your employees miss
Yeah.
for sick leave or personal leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or being in the hospital, just the different things.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there will be research that shows, what was the quality of work,
Or the quality of life.
right? So like if and then being able to show that the quality of life, the
Mm-hmm.
quality of work
Mm-hmm.
was either better or at least the same
Same.
standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
From women, and we won't leave out men,
Mm-hmm.
but from our standpoint in our conversation with women, in
Still love you,
general,
God.
but women in general being home,
Mm-hmm.
getting the work done, being able to take little Johnny, little Susie, little Keisha to
Mm-hmm.
doctor's appointments and dentist appointments and do all the things. I wonder if the research will show that the quality of work and manpower went down.
Oh, I bet it. I bet it has, and
You
it's
think it went down?
starting to. I think so.
So you don't think the quality of work was as good when we were home, when
Wait,
people
so
were
you
home?
said, are you talking about the quality of work when they're home is better as opposed to
Right,
quality of
right,
work when they're back in the
right.
office? I think when
Yes.
they go back to the office, I think the quality of work will go down.
You think the quality of work will go down?
Uh-huh. I
Huh.
do. I really do. And I say that because there is a rhythm of being at home.
There is. There is.
There's that safety and that balance.
Right.
And so knowing that, you can put them on the school bus or take them to school. At eight
You're
o'clock.
so petty right now. You are so petty right
I
now.
love you though. I love you. Wow. Because there are some moms that have to take their kids to school.
Yes.
But knowing that, you have to have your kids to school before 8 o'clock. You can
Mm-hmm.
come back home, log into your laptop,
Yep.
put your cute Zoom clothes on, right? Put your cute Zoom clothes on, beat your face, or whatever the case may be in a meeting until lunchtime, which is 11 o'clock. Fix yourself lunch, take the dog for a walk, call
Mm-hmm.
a girlfriend, watch some TV, maybe take a nap, do a load of
Mm-hmm.
laundry or two,
Mm-hmm.
figure out what's for dinner. And by the time everybody gets home, including your husband, everything is done.
Right. Right.
And I,
Um,
because
yeah.
we found a rhythm, and let's just be honest, who does not want to work from home? It can be done.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think again, as we talk about just the stigma, I think it's the perception,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, by those who either they haven't seen it or they don't acknowledge it,
Mm-hmm.
that we are capable of doing all these things.
Yes, ma'am, we
We are.
are.
We are. We
We
absolutely
are.
are. We are not fine china.
Mm-mm.
Like we are not just going to break under the pressure.
Absolutely.
But that's what the world
That's what they
thinks.
think. Mm-hmm.
If we're forced to make a tough decision, it will break us. Or if you pay us more, that somehow that lessens the value. What are we saying? That if you pay us more, that lessens the value of a male's work? No.
No, it does not.
Let's just talk about equality,
Exactly. That part.
you know? Um
That part.
yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be quite interesting. And you know what? Now that you say that about reports, you are going to have me looking at some of these, Googling, going to Google about different reports or just putting in
Mhm.
something in a search engine just to see. It will be very, very interesting to see what will happen or what will
Right.
come from it.
It will be interesting to know how many families actually came out financially better.
Hmm. Child
Because
daycare.
yes, right.
Yes,
So in all honesty, it's almost like, world, stop tripping. Like
exactly.
let women be great. Let
Hmm.
let us be great, because our greatness does not diminish our male counterparts' greatness.
No, it
That
does
is,
not.
it's not meant to threaten. It's not meant to lower
Hmm. Hmm.
them at all. But can we be great together? Can there be a mutual respect?
Hmm. Exactly. I remember I worked for some, me in his mouth. I worked for someone before, and I told him, I said, you know what I realized about you? I said, you want to be in control and have so much power here that you don't have power or control at home. Oh, no, the truth. I just called you out. Call it what it is.
Dang.
That's why you're the big man on campus. That's why you walk around with the coffee cup in your hand every morning trying to tell someone what to do because you don't control home. You have no control over the household, sir.
Yeah.
I asked the Lord to forgive me, though, after I said it. Because it wasn't nice.
But it's true.
But it was true.
Yeah.
It was true.
And I don't want to say that's every male perspective, right?
Exactly.
But that is true. Yeah. We don't really have an opinion. We're just saying.
We are just saying.
That can sometimes be the truth, that there's a sense of this is where I have power.
Exactly.
And this is where nobody can check me.
Yes. From 8 to 5.
Right.
7 to 3:30.
So
10 to 6.
How dare a woman be in charge?
Exactly. And it makes me even wonder, so you talk about, the ministry part of it, the church part of it, business part of it. Look at how many women are even that own bars. I mean, prime example. We know some ladies.
Oh, absolutely. Some phenomenal ladies.
Yes, that owns bars. And that has truly been a male-driven, dominated business. Ran by men, operated by men. You talk about hashtag all things men. From the bartender even down to the cook and the janitor of the particular spot or a particular spot. And we're not pointing out anyone in particular. Right. But I mean, you and I again hang around in the same circle. And we know of individuals that have that livelihood. That's their lifestyle. That's what they enjoy doing.
Right. But I guarantee you, as dope as we think it is, there are still those who don't look at it in that light.
I bet, yeah.
Or that think, oh, it would be so much better if such and such female if it was ran by a man.
Exactly.
And again, men, we are not saying that you cannot lead or that you cannot own something, but what we are saying is we are just as capable. That's what we're getting at.
That part. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So I hope go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say I hope that what our nation is getting ready to see and what little girls are getting ready to see, regardless of your race, regardless of your color, that little girls are seeing this.
Yes.
A moment in history. And it's monumentous. And it means a lot. And it means, again, just calling the elephant out in the room, it means triple, double, quadruple for you and I.
Right.
Just because of everything that she has had to go through to get to where she's at. And still be absolutely.
Just
you know
poised.
What? You're correct. But to have her husband kiss her forehead yesterday, after all of that, and just how he embraced her, like, babe, I got you.
Right.
That part.
Right.
Was reassuring, like, you know what? Yep, I'm in the right spot. I'm doing the right thing for the little girls that are watching me.
And so, I think.
One more question. One more statement. And she also allowed herself to be vulnerable.
She did. She did. She did. Which I think kind of segues into a different topic that we'll definitely be getting to.
Yes. That's that's going to be a part 2 after day 3.
Yeah.
I think we trashed it. I'm sorry.
No. I think we've trashed it as well. I
Thank
absolutely do. And so I think as we end this 1 month of women's history, we say big ups to all the women, right? All the women.
We celebrate you.
Woo! And doing living life to the fullest, right? And not being afraid to trash the stigmas, not being afraid to walk into new things, not being afraid to break down those glass ceilings, not being afraid to be the first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Not being afraid to be the first.
Yes.
So, yeah. Missy.
It just fell.
Oh God. Y'all, she had this horn she wanted to blow.
I'm gonna blow the horn for the women. Can I do that?
Get your horn, Missy.
Can I get my horn?
Get your horn.
I have a birthday horn.
Oh my gosh.
I celebrate. Hold on, you know I have asthma, so let me take a huge breath.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it didn't work. We celebrate you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We celebrate you.
All right, so guys, don't forget to like, follow, and share. Follow on all of our platforms. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at WeTrashedIt. Even if you have, say, a show topic suggestion or you want to be a guest on the show, email us, reach out to us at wetrashedit@gmail.com or hit us in the DMs on social media, right? Lastly, make sure you're listening to the podcast. You can find us on YouTube. And you can also find us on Apple, Google, Stitcher, any platform that you're currently listening to your favorite podcast. Until next time, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Are you interested in becoming a sponsor of the show or have topic suggestions you'd like for us to trash? If so, email at wetrashedit@gmail.com.